last of them had been about 3 years ago. I placed both hands against the roof behind my head and arched my back in a stretch. The car's heater was making me drowsy. I rolled the window down a crack and watched the run-down buildings slide by. In the reflection off the glass, I noticed Smith turn his head to glance at me. Lit only by the car's green panel lights, his face had a ghostly, dreamlike translucence, as if he, like the pajamas I wore under my clothes, had been part of my sleep only 10 minutes earlier.
"Did you have a nice Christmas, Lieutenant?"
"Not bad."
"Me too. I went back home. Expensive, but the wife and I thought it would feel strange having Christmas here."
I couldn't think of anything stranger than Christmas in Florida. We drove beyond the hospital and turned left onto Clark Avenue. Ahead, halfway down the block, 2 cruisers and an ambulance blocked the road, their sparkling colored lights imitating some cockeyed Christmas scene. I noticed discreet lights on in several neighboring houses. It was 3:48 a.m. I slid out of the car's warm cocoon and stood in the snow for a moment, watching Smith return to Canal Street. His rear lights glowed fiercely just before he got to the corner and cautiously swung right. The day, despite the darkness, had begun. I looked over to the house. By New England standards, it was not old, maybe built in the 40s, but it looked ancient. Its skin was peeling and blotched with rot. The roofline, mercifully covered with snow, sagged in the middle like a swayback horse. Where boards had once met squarely with precision, time and neglect had instilled a blurry vagueness. I doubted the entire building contained a single intended 90-degree angle. A shadow detached itself from a tree near the street.
"Hi, Joe."
Stan, the newspaper man. Hot on the trail?"
"I heard about it on the band. What happened?"
"You tell me. I just woke up."
"Can I tag along?"
"Nope." I walked across the sidewalk and up the uneven porch steps, nodding to the patrolman guarding the door. Once inside, I was standing in a hallway running the length of the house. At the far end were the shattered remains of the back door, its top half looking like an artillery target. In the middle of the floor halfway down the hall lay a toppled hardback chair. Next to it was a shotgun. A bowl-shaped patrol sergeant stepped out from one of the side doors.
"Hi, Joe. Sorry to get you out of bed."
"That's okay. What happened?"
"Old lady got a bunch of obscene phone calls over the last few days. The guy finally said he'd visit tonight and do to her what he did to the cat. She waited for him in that chair and blew him away when he opened the back door."
"What did he do to the cat?" The sergeant, George Capullo, approached the fallen chair and motioned at the doorway. I stepped over the chair and looked around the corner. It was a bedroom, cluttered but neat, lit from a single bare bulb on the wall.
"On the bed,"
said George. He stayed where he was. I approached the bed, a ramshackle iron spider's web held together with crisscrossed wires. Covering it was an old quilt, not especially pretty but carefully made, and under the quilt was a small lump. I flipped back the corner. The cat lay on its back, spread-eagled, its eyes wide in arrested agony. It had been slit open from neck to crotch and its innards pulled out for display. Lumpish, red, and still slightly wet. I swallowed hard and dropped the quilt back. "Christ, George, you could have told me."
"Gross, huh?"
"More like weird. Did somebody call the state's attorney?"
"Do unto him like I did unto you?"
"Spare me, and spare him, too. He doesn't have my sense of humor. Is JP here?"
"Yeah, and I already called the SA. He should be here by now. JP's out back taking pictures."
I returned to the hallway. "Did you respond first?"
"About 2:30. She called it in herself. The neighbors claim they didn't hear a thing. That's bullshit, of course. She let loose with both barrels at once. Must have made the whole block jump."
"Who's the body?"
"Don't know. We haven't searched him yet."
George hesitated.
"To be honest, I didn't get too close. He makes the cat look good."
I glanced at the shattered door. "Where's the woman?" He jerked his head down the hall.
"In the kitchen. A rescue guy's with her."
"She all right?"
"Yeah, a little shaky."
"Okay.